So Eli came to Israel at the age of 19, nearly 20. He came to study in yeshiva in Kiryat Gat, and then he went to Tzanchanim paratrooper unit, as you mentioned, where he served as a squad commander, as a mafaked and a samal. And then he went to work in agriculture for 2 years. He worked together with an organization called Shomer Chadash. He stayed on Kibbutz Nirim, and it was a very, very happy 2 years. That picture that you're airing now, and that one there also are right on the Egyptian border, the Gaza border, together with Egypt. And that's exactly where he lived for 2 years. First year he worked and he learned the trade, so to speak. And the second year he became a manager for Shomer Chadash, where he introduced youngsters who were leaving the army into agriculture so that they could spend quality time connecting with the land and the agriculture that Eli loved so much, and also reintegrating into university, so into society, so that they could go to university comfortably. At the same time, Eli did a tour guide course while he was working in agriculture, and therefore he was able to get a job at the Kotel as a tour guide, which he was only at for a short period of about 3 months before that tragic Sunday on the 21st of November last year, where he was killed at the age of 25 at 10 to 9 in the morning on a Sunday morning, walking down to the Kotel to start his shift at 9 o'clock.
How did you sort of accept that news? It's sort of impossible for people to imagine that when your son going through something like that, and especially after he was in the military for 3 years, and 3 years I assume he got through that, and sort of when you least expect it, the horrible news comes.
So the tragedy about it for us was that we didn't even know about it. I was sitting downstairs in my study working. My wife mentioned to me that there's been a pigua in Yerushalayim. I went online. I actually saw a video of my son lying on the floor. Didn't even realize it was him. We made plans for the rest of the day. And as the morning unfolded, we began to feel that something wasn't right. We couldn't get hold of Eli. The news was incorrect. They said the person who was killed was 30, Eli was 25, and therefore we were certain it wasn't him. And it got to a point where we just said to each other, let's go to Yerushalayim and let's just see what happens. If we get there and it's nothing, then we'll just, have breakfast. And if, God forbid, we need to be there, then we're there. And the news just unfolded. My son found out while we were traveling to Yerushalayim. We picked him up and he took us to the hospital. And when we arrived in the hospital, we were told the tragic news that the person who was killed was our son.
Did you feel maybe some type of regret or anger over the fact that he made that choice to come to Israel and things unfolded as they did? Or do you feel pride in the fact that he made that decision?
Absolute pride. Nothing could be, there's no anger, there's no frustration. What an absolute honor that it was our son, Eli, who came to Israel, who brought all of us to Israel. After Eli came, his older brother, Kasriel, came, who served in Sayeret Givati. Then his younger brother was there. He went to yeshiva for 1.5 years. And then he's now a Samal in Nachal. And our youngest child, our daughter, is drafting this Sunday into the army. So as much as I wish I wasn't having this interview for the reasons we're having it, we are so proud that we are part of Am Yisrael in Eretz Yisrael, and that Eli brought us there, and that our children have embraced the special gift that we have to be Jews living in our country, being able to serve in the military, to be able to be free and proud as Jews, whether you're religious or you're not. And that's what Eli would have wanted. Eli would have wanted us to be in the country, to be proud, and to continue his legacy by loving the country, introducing it to people, and showing people the special gift that we have.
Avi Kay, father of Eli Kay, who fell last year in the Old City in that terror attack. Thank you very much for coming on and sharing Eli's inspiring story.
Thank you.